Actually, it's the ether of the net. That's Ethernet. Okay. All right. Let's start the show. How's that sound? Hey, look! It's not just me mouthing into a microphone, even though it totally is. Hey, it's may not be the first, but it is the Nth Forum. This is number 8 for August 12th, 2021. I see you guys in the chat. How you doing, Romega? What's up? I've got an amazing panelist here. He is from, and I don't want to oversell this at all. Okay, but when America was colonized, there was a small nation called TikToklandia that was formed as a result. It's like Spain kind of had jurisdiction over it, and then America did. And then what I'm trying to say is that Kelly here is the king of TikTok, and through all of this stuff, basically, well, he's royalty and he's here. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. So what happened was, in part, I was watching the new ContraPoints video, and as I'm doing that, there was a bug flying around, and Kirby's up there on his tippy toes, and he is scratching at it, and he takes down a part of the strip that originally went around this entire room, just about, and that was dead. So now I have just a little bit of strip over here, and it's kind of like an accent, and it helps that it's dark now. I don't like that it's dark now, but and then I took the light off of. I didn't realize until now that the camera, the phone here, above it was the ring light, but you can actually take it off. So here I am with the ring light, and I've got a halo around my face. So, exactly. The royal gangster of the royal gangster business. Exactly. You got it. Yeah. So now I've got this wonderful setup, and you can't see it in here, but the rest of this is blank wall. So it's just this small little set thing that I've got going on, and then I've actually I'm zoomed in, actually cropped in a little bit as well. So theatrical. This is totally an illusion. This is fakery. Yeah, it's movie magic, Hollywood accounting. No one's getting paid except me, because I got Diet Mountain Dew today. Oh, that is a look out. Look at that lighting on that. That is so cool. Yeah, there. No. I think a cat might leap up. We'll see in a second. So today, last week, because everyone was hanging out, no sound from Kelly. Damn it. What is going on? Check. Try
Hello.
again.
You guys hear me now? Am I coming
Tech
through?
issues as always. Balder, come on. There's so many moving parts here. I'm a one-man show, and I'm not doing it for free, technically. I do have my Patreon supporters. Better. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I had the bar all the way down for some reason.
It
It's
happens.
all this Mountain Dew. It's all this Diet Mountain Dew. It's all the aspartame. I'm going to get all the mega cancer later, and then I'm not going to know how to turn up the audio at all. Tech issues as always. Oh my god. It's a freaking amateur. I work in a warehouse, people. Seriously. Professionals. Well, why don't we talk about smartphones today? And you got to do cool smartphone stuff before I did, but I want to go a bit further back than that. I want to talk about first phones. Your very first
Okay.
phone. And I say that as someone who didn't like using the phone anyway when it was a plug thing that you plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? When you'd
Yeah,
have
of
to
course.
that and the you'd have your internet going
I mean,
at the same time.
look at this. I still have a phone that like plugs into the wall.
What the heck? And it's got the little spirally thing so you can like
Yeah, it's
stretch
called a
it.
phone cord. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I remember we sold those when I worked at Best Buy. We sold those little wrap-up cords,
Hmm.
and oh my god! And then people always wanted to unbox those phones so they knew exactly what they would feel like on the ear, I guess, while sweating
Hey.
while sweating up the handset. Because you went in there and you would buy these boxes and they would have like 50 extensions and 50
Yeah.
base stations so that you could tether them off of your main station.
Yeah, but this is all like pre-COVID. I mean, it's still dirty, but like when you think about it, but still,
I have not
like now it's
sanitized my
like.
phone.
Well, I was saying like whenever people are like trying phones on, it sounds so weird to say trying phones on.
Tried to- yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Baldur's like,
nowadays like what? Don't even touch that box.
no,
Leave
don't.
that shit there.
There's
You
gotta be
better
a
know if you want it,
don't rocks that box.
right?
That was stupid. Baldur's like, I'm old enough to use rotary phones. I was just old enough that I missed it. And
Yeah.
we had one, but we never used it, I don't think. I think we were a touchstone. Maybe.
I mean, I had like because I was all into electronics and everything like that. So I had my own rotary phones just because I wanted to know how they worked. So I used them and took them apart.
I never used one to actually dial anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I did, but like maybe 2 or 3 phone calls max.
So who are you calling on a rotary phone?
I don't know. Domino's? I don't
Thomas.
Probably.
Hi, I'm 5-year-old Kelly, and I'd like to. Do you have any free pizzas that you could just send?
It was probably like some catalog line or something, like Nintendo Hotline, or maybe it was the base operator or something. I can't remember.
Back in the day when they had the 800 numbers and it was like $17 a minute, and they didn't mind that you took up all their time. Can you help me through Zelda? Where do I go? It's like, all right, well, let me pull out the Nintendo Power and just read it to you, basically.
Right.
Do that for an hour or so. God. Telephones used to be a mess. Remember, like at the end of the 90s, when everyone was doing their own the collect calls, like the 10-10-321s and the 10-10 and just all those different kinds. And John Stamos was there. So dial 1, then 10-10-321, and then the number with the area code, and you'll save a whole hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, I do. I remember that. That stuff was crazy because then there's also like the free 411 too. Like that was around the same time. Like I can't remember what the number was, but I just remember that those were the things you dialed because you couldn't dial 411 or you got charged like $1 or some shit.
That's crap. 411 should always be free because it's always local, right? Isn't that part of your like cell phone bill? I think.
I don't know. There's so many fees on cell phone bills.
There are.
Because
it's the oldest form of communication. Like, they had to regulate it. They had to make sure that you got freaking... because you had your franchise fees and all that stuff. And, of course, you know those assholes are charging you for it because they don't want to pay for it. They're passing the savings onto you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I love that whenever you see that on, like, all the bills. They're like, this is a charge that we are charged by the government that we don't have to pass along, but
we do.
Of course we're going to pass along, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to pay it.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to pay it.
Yeah, it's the same thing here with, like, development and, like, new houses and stuff, is the developers will get permission from city to create these metro tax districts, and allows them to basically put up hundreds of homes and then pass all of that on as property taxes to people to the homeowners who are living there, so that they don't have to pay for stormwater or roads or any other utilities out there. Who they just don't want to pay for them. They just want to make their money and go.
That's pretty crazy.
It is, and there's a lot of them, especially in the north end here, north and northeast end.
I mean, I'm kind of happy. Like, I don't want like a builder attached to my house forever. Like, that's like in the community that I live in. On Google Maps, it still has like the builder attached to it, and like our HOA sued the builders, and so it's like, just get their name off. Like, why? Just remove their name, because
like they're being legally it's on there, or is it literally called?
Yeah, it's like, blah 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 community by blah 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 homes. So it's like, yeah, and then. Yeah, and they like had defects, and so that's why the HOA sued them and won, millions of dollars to fix like some of the properties. And it was just like, just remove the buy. Like, it was funny too, because like I went to the website of the home builder, and of course they don't have anything mentioned about the community. Like they just wiped that. That shit didn't exist. They didn't do anything with that community.
They've done their part.
They got sued and they're done.
Yeah. They disavow you, but it's
not... exactly. Yeah,
that's so dumb. I think of where we were at in Phoenix, because like there was like all these master plan communities by what's her faces. Romega knows. Also, he says dial down the center 1-800-CALLATT. It's just CALLATT. There it is.
Yeah,
touchtone phones. There you go. I can't remember, but it was they did Anthem on the north end of Phoenix, and then El Mirage on the west end as well. Right. This is a master plan communities. It's by Del something.
Oh yeah, Del Webb. Del Mar or something. Del Webb.
Yeah, Del Webb.
By Del Taco Homes.
Oh God, that'd be so amazing. I'd never leave. I'd never get groceries. I would never do anything of the sort. I would just, like, you open up your mailbox and here's 2 fresh tacos or burritos of your choosing.
Right?
It's part of your HOA fees. You just keep getting fresh burritos in your mailbox. And then some jerk is going around the neighborhood stealing all of the Del Taco burritos and stuff. Or the Del Taco food truck is being held up around the corner. And this doesn't feel like a safe neighborhood anymore. Thank you, neighborhood by Del Taco.
Right? Gotta turn it into a gated community now.
Oh, God. But they'll give you free sauce packets. So I got my first cell phone. I was trying to find a picture, and maybe I will still find it. But it was a Sanyo, and it was a candy bar phone. And my parents got it for me so that if I was ever in a accident or something, I would have a cell phone to call on. And I never used it. The battery lasted a week, basically. Actually, I have...
Yeah.
There is a... Where do we have it? It's on youtube.com/flesheatingzipper. No. It wasn't. It's GamerType FM. Hang on. I've got it. This is great. Yeah, I'm not going to reveal Rob's address again. Here we go.
Hey, this is Nick from GamerType FM.
God, that is so loud. Whew. And I don't know why that is flickering. Alright, hang on. I'm going to be able to bring up a view here. I think. Can you stop that? Alright, I think I got it. Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Yes! Here we go. This is my first, and if you guys want to like this video from Gamertype FM from 2010, you totally can. This is my first cell phone, is a candy bar. When my parents gave it to me, they put on it was a prismatic, it was a holographic American flag on the screen. And as a result, you couldn't really see what was going on underneath it, but it was a fucking American flag, and it like twisted color-wise as you twisted the screen. And I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Never used the phone. Actually, I think this is my first phone that I use as an alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use this as my first. This is my first phone alarm, and I would keep it in my car when I was at work because I didn't text on it until I'd never texted on it, and it had like half this or like a third of this phone is battery. It was this here at the telescoping antenna here. Back, remember those? Those were great back in the day. And I never called anyone, so like, what the heck?
Yeah, I can't remember what mine was called, but it was on Sprint, and it just like the bottom flipped out, like, and it was just a piece of plastic. There was no like buttons, it was just cosmetic. But it would also hang up the phone or answer the phone whenever you flipped it down.
So you got to do the "I'm done talking to you" flick.
Yeah, but it wasn't very, like, I mean, it was very thin plastic, so it wasn't like, didn't click hard or anything like that. And it had a scroll wheel on it too, and that phone was pretty badass. Like, I just remember like I had that. Everybody else was rocking like the like Nokia phones, which I was still kind of jealous of because everybody would buy like LED antennas and like LED battery packs and have like clear cases on their phones and everything like that. Yeah, and mine was more like a business person phone. Mine was like, I am the man with the phone, and I got business calls to make.
I remember that around that same time was I can make this a little bit bigger. Can I do that? I think I can. Yeah, let's make that a little bit bigger. The Matrix phones were around that same time, and they were like $600 or $800 because there was one for the original Matrix, and then there was ones for the sequels. And the first one was, I think it was a Nokia. I think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It had the pop out bottom. It was spring loaded, so you could click it, and you could do that. But and then there was the one that Samsung did for the sequels that also did that, but it had a tiny little display on it.
Yeah.
Also, Kirby's looking directly at you.
Oh shit.
Fat. Remember in Full Metal Jacket when they filled pillowcases with those and beat that dude with them? With what? With candy bar phones? Dude, I don't know if I power this on at all. Kyocera. I thought it was Sanyo. I don't know if I've ever had a Kyocera. I don't think, because Kyocera's still, there we go. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, yeah. And it had a proprietary charger.
Oh, they like all had proprietary chargers. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I remember at Best Buy, it's like, all right, what brand phone do you have? And then they would have all the little brands in different colors and stuff like that. I mean, you do that these days with cases and stuff like that. And this is like a leather or like pleather or something, a fake leather wraparound thing. I mean, this thing wasn't going to break no matter what you did with it, but you could drop this thing pretty far and nothing bad would ever happen to it.
Yeah. My second phone was like my favorite old school cell phone. It was a Sanyo, and it was a flip phone. I want to say it was like a Sanyo 8200 or something like that, or
Do you have it?
8300.
Can we find an
I,
sound?
I bought it. Like I bought the phone. I got it in a box at my house, like because I found it online, and I had to buy it. But it was like this dark blue, and it had like a color screen on the outside, and it was kind of similar to like that red one, but mine was dark blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a more premium version of some of these, because some of these like were cheaper ones.
Uh-huh.
And then but it had like there was like an LED bar above the speaker, like on that red one, and I just remembered it would like flash different colors. That was like,
That was your
and that one was,
notification?
yeah, it was your notification, and it was RGB, so it was nice.
This is
And speakerphone,
2004?
yeah,
Wow. That's pretty
yeah,
high tech, because we got ours in 2001. And it didn't have
yeah.
any of that crazy crap. I remember the screen was blue. The backlight was blue.
Well, this had a color screen on the front, and when you flipped it over, and
Oh.
this one we got to slam after you're done. You could fucking slam that shit, and then when you wanted it to look cool, how you were opening it, you just kind of like open it across your jaw, and then like answer it. You're like, "What's up?"
So, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or you just put them on
satisfying.
speakerphone whenever you're like, yeah, and then it's got the camera right there, so you could take selfies with that little
Yeah.
tiny screen.
God,
So
I know.
pixelated.
That would have been like, was it like a megapixel?
Probably not.
320 by 200. The LGR actually did he did some camera tests on like the Game Boy Color, and then Mr. Mobile also did some of his first, because he worked for Sprint for a while, like in the stores, and he would bring out his phones, and I think one or two of them did video at like 320 by 200 and like 5 frames per second or something like that, and it looks trash. It looks totally awful, and it's like, we've come so far.
Yeah.
We have come so far.
Yeah, this is like, I can't remember what year the Razor came out, but like I was like, nah, fuck the Razor. The Sanyo. Motorola sucks.
Razer was like
This is the one like super thin, but it had like the chin at the bottom.
yeah, and it was,
So like,
I remember it was really wide too. It was like a square.
yeah.
Okay, bye Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was out, but I didn't, because that was like 2004, 2005.
Probably.
I remember I was looking at those because I was upgrading my phone. In fact, let's go back to the freaking video here. It's from this wonderful Gamer Type FM, this now defunct beautiful thing. This is, I got my, yeah, here we go. So I had an LG, and I thought I had gotten the music, yeah.
Let's get a nice little display on the back, so I could tell my time or to see if there was any messages
Looks like
there.
it came out in December.
Volume
2003
keys, something.
for the Razor, the first one.
Gotcha. Yeah, so scratch to hell, even though I had a case for it. I think I didn't. This was my first flippy phone where I could like, we're done talking, and then or I would answer a phone and be like, what's up? You got my drugs? Let's go. But I could do that with this. I can't remember what my rationale was for upgrading phones. I think I just wanted something new because and I had a free and clear plan that I'd never upgraded, and I didn't have any texts, and I didn't have anything at all with it. And so I got this in 2007. Yeah. And I was going to get the one that had like the camera here in the joint here. There was one.
Yeah.
There was
I do remember. And that swiveled, didn't it?
No, this one
rotated?
didn't. This one didn't.
No?
But I know there was a couple around that time that did. And those were, I guess, just because I didn't pay anything for this. It just showed up a couple days later, and I didn't understand that at all. I just remember I qualified for an upgrade, and it's like, here's the phones you can pick. And I couldn't figure that shit out at all. But I did that all online. And there was one that was like an MP3 player, and I don't think I ever got anything working like that on here. But I did like having the display on the back, so that I could just like pull it out of my pocket and like click on. And
Look
it
at
just
the
see the time
time,
exactly.
color.
Yeah, yeah. It had. I could put a little display on there. All right, we don't want to hop ahead yet. We don't want to hop ahead yet. That phone was really cool. That is where I learned to text. And like a month before I replaced it, I figured out T9, which would have saved me so much time. Because sitting from like 8888333333335666666, like trying to figure that crap out.
I was still faster doing it that way versus T9.
Yeah.
I would switch back and forth, but I never liked T9.
Yeah, I remember like I would read interviews with celebrities that are like, "Oh, my auto predict called my wife Cog, so we just call each other Cogs," and it's like, "What auto predict on your phone? That's weird. What the heck is that?"
Yeah.
I felt like I was being left behind. I think it was the FOMO. That's what it was. It's like I don't want like phones are changing, and by this point, the iPhone had come out.
Yeah.
And people were getting like Blackberries and stuff like that.
And and it's crazy when you talk about that though, like, because like right now, I think I like lean on auto correction and spell check on my phone like so heavy, like because I just know that I'm gonna misspell something, and I just know that it's probably gonna fix it.
Yeah,
like, it's just one of those things now. And of course, I'm on an iPhone now, so it's like I try saying fuck or fucking, it's like duck or
ducking. I literally did that in the Discord the other day, and then Romega's like, "Here's a duck emoji," and I'm like, thanks for that.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I didn't get into the like emojis really. I mean, obviously I was back in the forums back in the day, so colon and then right parentheses is your smiley face, so figured that out. But I remember when I got this phone, I was actually at work and I was like trying out some of the demo models because they had the Serpentine and they had just all these different phones, and one of them was the Razr, and like one of or two of them had AIM on them. It's like, how do you do AIM on a phone? Because I wasn't even into texting yet. Like my roommate would just start texting me randomly one day, and I'm like, oh. And then one month I got a bill that was like $20 or $30 higher because I used a couple more texts than I should. I think I had like 10 free or 40 free texts or something like that. Some ridiculously small number for how little data that actually took.
But
I was looking through all those phones and I could not figure out how to use any of them. Like I'm sitting there like trying to figure out, because everyone had their own weird thing, everyone had their own interface, and then trying to type anything out was a nightmare because each one had their own like different kind of keyboard and how you put in characters and stuff like that. So
I remember because I used to work for a Sprint call center, and I remember that was back in the day whenever text messages were billed by that like 10 cents a message, sending and receiving.
It was ridiculous.
And then you come across people where it's like they didn't have the unlimited text plan for the extra $50 a month or whatever is being charged, and they have a bill for $1,000, and it's because their teen daughter is just texting just 24/7. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't credit you back anything close to that.
That is so hardcore. I mean, literally, you could fit the text information. You could literally like take a couple pixels, like a fraction of this frame, and then a fraction of that, and that's how much information you're sending. In one single text, and they were charging 10 cents a text for that. That's because but
Same
then
with
also,
like MMS. I can't remember how much you got charged for
oh
that,
god,
but
I can't even imagine.
yeah, you had to like click a link
Hmm.
to view a picture.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was ridiculous.
I remember a friend was sending me like MMSs of like candles and stuff, and it would not go through, and I
Yeah,
never understood any of that. It just totally didn't make any sense at all. So uh, that was a nuts time, and I remember because my phone bill was like $45 a month back then, and that was just calling people. Obviously, I didn't have internet. I wasn't texting or anything,
yeah,
and I think I spent like $10, and I got, I don't know, 500 texts, something like that. So I had to be kind of careful with how many texts I ended up sending altogether.
yeah.
Those were
I
weird
know
times.
they were like. I was just trying to look at them to see how much MMS cost because I can't remember what it was, but I just remember that was always fun. And then also, like you said, trying to figure out if it got to somebody or what, because you're like, well, I can send pictures.
Yeah,
And
but
it's like, well, I can't. I
you
can't
didn't
receive
get
them.
like read receipts or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a dark time.
right. And now you can just send memes back and forth and just waste all the bandwidth you want on
People
stupid shit.
people don't understand because I've got unlimited text and unlimited internet, and
Yeah,
I guess I have unlimited everything, but then there's unlimited everything, but then there's unlimited everything,
yeah, yeah.
and
There's the extra unlimited. There's
there's
4 tiers of unlimited.
there's and only one is truly unlimited, but even that has
Right.
its like special uh classifications and stuff. Oh my god! Because what was it? We were talking 2 weeks ago about the unlimited is like different resolutions. So you get
Yeah.
unlimited resolutions, but it's like 480p,
Yep.
which cool. Thanks
Yeah.
T-Mobile for
And
that.
then unlimited data, like high speed data up to a certain amount of bandwidth,
Yeah,
like 20 gigs or something.
which is what?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. What do you? I'm trying to use the internet here. Oh, just connect to Wi-Fi. In
Yeah.
fact, trying to do everything through Wi-Fi because we don't own it
Right.
and we're not having
Yeah.
to facilitate it.
And that's what blows my mind because I know T-Mobile has this bullshit like ISP, like home ISP, and I'm like, how's this gonna work? Like, you guys can't even give me unlimited data. Like, how are you gonna provide my house with as an ISP?
What? So is it like a cell, like a micro cell, or is it actual like?
Yeah, it uses 5G or LTE or something like that.
Oh, well, theoretically, you should get high, bandwidth stuff, but at the same time, it's like you have to be with the way a lot of the high band 5G is. You have to be within line of sight of the receiver, or you're not getting shit.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's T-Mobile home internet, only $50 a month whenever you have auto pay, or it's $60 a month without auto pay. And they say that it's truly unlimited. There's no data caps, they say.
They say. Where's the fine
Yeah.
print? So okay, you pay $50 a month to T-Mobile for their home internet.
Mhm.
Does it plug in? Like,
So it says you get a 5G router.
okay, so it's channeling 5G from somewhere else.
Yeah, from the sky.
From the sky. So it's beaming, and that's if your 5G router is getting freaking 5G directly from somewhere else, right?
Well, yeah, I mean you have to be in an area that has 5G.
Great.
So
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, like 5G is so fickle, and I know they're trying to do low band where you don't have it's not obstructed by the atmosphere so much.
Yeah.
But okay. All right. So, all right. Assuming all of that works and it does just fine, you've got this router that is funneling in basically like your phone. It's like a hotspot, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're buying like essentially a hotspot device that you can buy,
Okay.
but you're just keeping it at your house. And so it says that you can get excess of 100 meg at eligible households, but most people will see 25 megabits or more. So for your downloads, and then. But I like how like on their website they've got a chart, like a table here, and they're like comparing Comcast, Charter, AT&T, and Verizon FiOS. Like they're literally comparing a fiber connection to their stuff, and they're saying that theirs is better.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you want symmetrical gigabit internet? How about we have fucking T-Mobile home internet? That's better.
How about T-Mobile net?
Yeah.
Xavier says he gets 2 megabits down with his T-Mobile 5G.
That sounds about right.
That's so sad. I don't have 5G. I don't give a shit. But at the same time, now that they're shutting down the Sprint network, and I had better coverage with Sprint. Now I'm like, are they gonna like finish converting those towers? Are they gonna finish doing something with the Sprint network so that I don't get the shitty T-Mobile coverage? I want the better Sprint coverage before you shut that down. I don't understand.
Yeah.
None of that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look here. So like, because my iPhone is 5G, so let me see if I turn off Wi-Fi, what I get on a speed test.
On a Wi-Fi. Actually, that's a pretty good. I don't know if I have speed testing. This is a wonderful stream in which we figure some shit out.
I'm actually really surprised. I'm getting 320 meg down on 5G.
Okay.
I'm kind of blown away, actually. I didn't think it was this good.
That's pretty good, but don't move more than like 5 inches.
Yeah, and I'm getting 12 up.
Xavier says not bad in Denver. Yeah, sure. Sure. Xavier, aren't you bouncing between Denver and like Phoenix though? I remember when you and I went to Phoenix on our whatever phones we had, and we were like, "Whoa, LTE, it's everywhere here."
Yeah.
Or when we were in LA. And then we come back to Colorado Springs, it's like, "Hey, you're done with Phoenix." Okay. Well, welcome back, buddy. Coming back to Colorado Springs, and it's like, hey, so Sprint, we've got this one WiMAX tower, and it's like kind of near the airport. And no, I think it's the one after this. All right, we'll get to that. We'll talk about that. So my next phone, let's see. Do I talk about it?
The best option that I saw at the time.
I was holding I had the Shure mic, and I was like holding it up to my. So yeah, we're talking about phones. Yeah, here we go. All right, this baby right here.
Slider. And this is running WebOS. We'll see more devices like this in the future.
Yeah, we sure will. Oh my god. So, Palm Pre, this was my first phone. And, I know I've got it around, so I will charge it up. That phone was not a POS. You take that back, buddy. Okay, actually kind of was. But the software was amazing. The hardware was trash. It was absolute garbage. Like, hang on, let me pause it. Let me get a better frame. Okay. That's not a better frame. What am I doing? Yeah, here we go. Here's me. Yeah, sure. So the power button was on the back here, and I remember it was like kind of like sandwiched in. It wasn't actually connected to anything, and it was plastic. The whole phone is plastic. And I remember I was on my walk home, or walk to work, and the power button popped out of the corner. And I was like, where the hell? So I'm looking at the ground trying to find this tiny. I couldn't find my power button for my damn phone. So what I had to do, I cannot remember exactly what I did, but I had a pin or something. So if I wanted to turn the phone on, I either had to slide it open, or I had to use a pin and just insert it in there to hit the little membrane to turn it on. So that was cool. And it did the Oreo effect because it was on these like thin rails like right here, and there was a lot of tolerance, so it would like twist. You could twist it just a little bit, and there's only like a couple. It was those and a couple ribbons that basically held it in place. And I don't know if I'm going to show the back here. And I got used to those. Like, it looked really small. I mean, you can look how it's small. Like, this is a 3.2 inch screen. I think it was. Yeah, there's my. Yeah, look at that. You can see me Oreoing the phone. And I got a case on it. And the backside had a mirror with the Sprint logo laser etched on it. Yeah, there's my power button. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Look, it's fucking gone. It's forever. Did I talk about it? Oh, it's got a headphone jack too.
Moving along the side here,
Did I talk?
Yeah, that obvious little slack there. That's called the Oreo effect on these things. A lot of people traded these things back in because of that. They look very, very sloppy.
I can't remember what phones I had. Like I had, like around that time. I can't remember what I was.
I remember
rocking.
I remember the Mogul. Remember you had the Mogul Windows Phone.
Yeah, that was an awesome phone.
Hang on. We need to.
HTC was like the best manufacturer back in the day.
They were like I remember I never owned an HTC phone. Here we go.
It's time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Yeah, let's do that.
This is a real B&H customer story. Fred Smith, fitness instructor and podcaster, started a new business.
Not sponsored by.
This is the HTC Mogul, brought to you by PhoneArena.com. The Mogul is a very stylish pocket PC, which is similar to the T-Mobile Wing
look at that
we
resolution.
reviewed earlier.
I know.
There are 3 ways to navigate with the HTC Mogul. You have the scroll wheel
Look how
provided
thick it
on the
is.
left.
Yeah.
You got a scroll wheel?
Keypad at the very bottom.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
it was
you.
Just, it was thick with.
Or you can
thick
use the
with
provided
power.
stylus to go throughout the menu.
Oh, you had a stylus.
Yeah, it had a
Display on the
stylus too.
Mogul
Because
measures
this
This is
was
before
pocket
like
PC based.
It has a resolution of
Samsung
240
thought they
by
were good
320.
with
Yeah.
their
The
stylus
The colors
pens.
are very
Yeah.
real
They're
and very
stems.
sharp,
Yeah,
giving
exactly.
a wonderful picture back. We had no issues seeing the screen except in direct light.
Yeah, I bet this
There's an
seeing
automatic
the screen
sensor
is freaking
that'll adjust the
awful.
brightness, but if you like to adjust the brightness
And then that
yourself,
slide out
you
keyboard
can do
too.
that.
Whenever you slid that out. Oof.
Yeah.
Texting and
The thing had a
messaging with
snap
mobile
to
can
it.
be
It was
done in
so-
one
it
of
felt
6
so
ways.
good.
You could
I
use
remember
the
you would
voice
change the
recognizer,
sound so it was the
digital keyboard,
transformer,
letter
it was the
recognizer,
the
symbol pad,
Autobots.
transcriber.
That was
There you
amazing.
go.
The keys.
There you go. I actually have that on the Epic 4G. They
Are
show
not
off
too
by,
big, nor are they too small. There is a feedback given to each key
what?
so that you know that it's been pressed.
What?
We did, however, have an issue with the backlight. There are times when it just refused to come on, making us go through plenty of steps, and other times
I was so cool when I was working at Best Buy and I had that thing like on my hip.
I bet it looks like some kit right there. Like that's the top end.
Yeah.
I remember I had some Best Buy friends that had Moguls because obviously Windows Phone back then was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it was that and BlackBerry. BlackBerry was like just starting to take off, and obviously, and I had a Pocket PC when I was in high school. I had a PDA, and yeah, look at that, Jesus, that's display. but then Windows Phone never really took off. They did stuff because they went into the Touch Diamonds, and Touch Pros, which was they were this like kind of the same phone, but the Diamond didn't have the slide out keyboard.
Yeah.
And I remember the Sprint had the like textured polygonal backing on it. That was pretty cool. But I remember you were showing me the Touch Pro. Yeah, this was like 2008. Yeah. And it still had a capacitive screen. So I'm sitting here like trying to slide along the bottom, and it's like not quite working, and it's very strange. And again, this is after the iPhone 3G had come out, so they already knew how to do that stuff. They just didn't freaking want to.
Yeah, I switched over to the iPhone after the Touch Pro. Like I don't think I bought a Diamond. I was gonna buy a Diamond, but then I decided to switch over. I just went from Sprint to AT&T, and had to pay a deposit because shitty credit, and bought a stupid expensive iPhone.
Oh yeah. I remember I ran into that, not with this, but with the next one after this. And then the USB hatch fell off, so I had this naked USB port at all times, and of course the ports were freaking I mean, look at that. It's like freaking. It's like cracked the case. Hang on, did I talk about it?
Along the side there, hopper there, that's exposed underside. Moving along the side here, the power plug, the USB plug popped out. I thought that was ridiculous because it happened inconveniently, and of course you see the huge crack along the side there.
Yeah, right.
Going all the way to the application launcher. It's ridiculous.
That's cool.
I flipped out, and now because the power button is broke, I have to actually slide the
early
keyboard
phones,
up in order to use it.
Not early phones. God, it's only 12 years ago.
I know.
Phones were like so cool. Like, because whenever this was, I was buying a new phone like every year. Like, I was like hot shit. Like, and I don't remember them costing that much. Like, I remember them being like $600, something like that, and or free. Like, you just had some kind of upgrade or something like that. Told Sprint that you were going to cancel or something. They gave you a free phone, right?
Yeah.
It was always something like that.
Or it was like every 2 or 3 years, because I remember that was also a big part of the plans was you could pay like, I don't know, like 10 or something bucks a month extra, and every 2 years you didn't have to pay down the like $200 or $300 deposit for the new phone. You got, because I think I still have it. It's like the Sprint Premier. It was a special plan, and you got a thing in the mail. It's like, you're part of the Sprint Premier thing where you don't have to pay upgrade fees or whatever. And they canceled that after that.
I was on the Cero plan, the Sprint employee whatever plan. And I just remembered I was able to just always threaten to cancel, and I would get a new phone. Or it would be like half price or something.
And then you left anyway.
And then I left and get that. And then I never got a cheap phone ever again in my life.
No. I remember let me move the phone over a little bit. I remember at Fez, I had made there we go. I had made an article about I'm the guy who's upgrading his phone every year because I had my Galaxy Nexus, which I don't cover in this video, but I left Sprint. I left Sprint after a year with the Epic 4G, which is the one after this, and I paid. God, now that I think about it, it's so dumb. But I paid a cancellation fee to Sprint, which was like $250 or $300, and then I paid $300 to Verizon for the Galaxy Nexus. So I got this new phone for like $600, and we're at E3 on the middle of the show floor, and it is murdering my battery because it's just so freaking noisy as far as the signals and stuff goes. And it's like, I understand why people upgrade their phones every year, because I need that multitasking power. I need to have all of the pixels of my phone. And on that Galaxy Nexus, the navigation bar, the notification bar up top burned into the display.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so great. But with an LED like this, where it's like you can see it's washed out here, it wasn't. No, couldn't deal with that. I loved WebOS so much because you could do. It had the multitasking. It had the. It eventually had like the bundles in there. I don't think this ever got it. You have all your skeuomorphic icons, and then you have the notification shade down here, and you would pull that up, and that was where all your, like, before Android did it, really, before iPhone did it, and then the designer, Matias Duarte here, for WebOS, he went to Android and basically changed all of Google visually. Like, everything is because of him, essentially, and how they changed that.
Who bought WebOS? Was it HP?
Yep. HP bought it. They had it for a time. Almost. They almost did. They made two, I would say the Palm 3, I think they made. The Palm and the Veer 3 maybe. But then they sold it to LG. And LG started putting it in their TVs. So you can get WebOS TVs today. And we actually had one. And it's pretty cool, actually. So I want to bring up. Hang on, we gotta bring up this thing. Yeah, here we go.
Training our bodies.
God, why am I seeing an ad before an ad?
Helps our minds.
Oh, they got WebOS and Pelotons now?
Seems to work.
I guess so.
Like when you're driving and all the red lights
Oh my god, I remember these damn commercials.
going bing, bing, bing. Like you're not even trying. Just going with the flow.
Pray. The Palm pray. It is...
It makes it great because like we can't hear the commercial at all, but still,
that's a bummer. But you get it looks terrifying. Hang on, this is Palm Pre terrifying. Did they have that? No.
What? You look at the what?
I'm just looking. There was someone did an edit. Okay, that's what the fuck is this shit? What is this dog? 15 horrifying pets that we bred into existence. What the fuck?
You're going down the YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah, we can't do that. But there was someone had done an edit of that. It was like she's like glitching, and it's just the most horrifying thing ever. It was freaking great. Pompery, great idea. Right? Oh, and they added video later, and that video was awful. It was so bad, but it had a 3 megapixel camera on it, and I took a lot of photos, so that was cool. Okay, so what we had next? At least I had it here because you had the Mogul. You were trying out the Touch Diamond. I remember you had like two of them. You had like a Touch Diamond and then like a Touch Pro or something, and you were sending everything back because then you were getting your iPhone.
Yeah.
That's a jump right there. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I was jumping to a real phone.
Yes. You're not a... Here we go. This one right here. Oh, yeah. And my camera died.
I never used because people overuse Flash. I came with a very nice speakers, you see there. But the...
Yeah, it had a really big speaker, which was cool for such a small phone. But then the camera, like, it got pushed in a little bit and it died. The camera module died within a year. Like, all that stuff happened within a year. Thing just fell apart. So then I spent the money, like $300, and I was going to get the Evo 4G, the HTC. And I think that was like 4.2 inches or something. It was monstrous 4.2 inch display or 3.7, something like that.
Yeah.
And they were out. That was like the most popular phone on Sprint. Everyone wanted that shit. And I had money burning in my pocket, I guess, after being fired from Best Buy. So I got this thing. Hang on. Is this freaking tank? I moved it. What if I just... There we go. There we go. We don't need all that. Yeah, so it had this freaking tank of a phone, and it's a slider. This is this is original Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy S original, and this was the Sprint variant had this slide out keyboard, which I never used. This I got right as we moved. Like, I actually went down to the Best Buy and got this phone. And it had a front-facing camera, but there was, like, no software for it. It was, like, the Kick or whatever that voice chat program was. But there was no standard for it yet. Yeah, there you go. And that's what the original freaking Samsung Galaxy for the Sprint looked like. And I remember that OLED screen, which was really saturated. Yeah, try again. Gosh. But this I had for a year, and this thing was built like a tank. I was so happy with this phone. And it had a shutter button. It had a dedicated shutter button, so when you're holding it landscape, because and it had a screen protector on it, so you can see the texture. But the Windows phones, all of the Windows phones that were coming out right around then for GSM carriers, because those first ones were only GSM, they had dedicated shutter buttons. You had to have a dedicated shutter button if you had a Windows phone, and I thought that was cool as hell.
Wait, that was a requirement, or is just
that was part of the spec? You had to, if you were making a Windows phone, it had to have a dedicated shutter button, and it didn't have to be like the 2-stage kind, but those were the best. This one had a 2-stage shutter button. And I thought that was so badass. And here, oh god, look at this is Froyo, I think, era Android. And I didn't realize that this was the Touch Squiz skin on top of it. So this is not native Android. This is plus that. And look at all those widgets. Look at all that. And it had 4 buttons. You had this extra one here for items or more menus. No, I'm not getting ad block. Forget you. Never get ad block.
Oh, look at that Engadget app.
Yeah, I had an Engadget app. Absolutely. I had browser. Look at me. Oh, yeah, Samsung widgets or Android widget. And look at the skeuomorphic icons before everything went flat. And you had to get a separate. You had to download a separate app to get the percentage, or maybe I think it was on the screen. You couldn't figure out where the heck stuff was. Foursquare. Oh my god. Oh, this is great. Where's my Foursquare friends, guys? Oh, this is a Soundhound. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Apple bottom out eventually? Look how many freaking home screens I have. This is so dumb. Why do I have this many home screens?
I'm not a fan of home screens. I've on all of my phones, tablets, I have just the one screen. I can't do more than one screen anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I've got one on my phones and no. Twidroid. Oh yeah, because there was no official Twitter app for Android back then, so you had the even Reddit as of recently. You had all these cool open platforms that wanted to be big, and they would have open APIs, so you could have these apps that used your API and then ran ads on top of it, or maybe sometimes the usage you couldn't do ads, but you would have weirdo freaking apps like this.
Yeah.
So that you could actually get that. And there was no Chrome on Android.
Nope, not yet.
There was
Yeah.
browser.
Yeah.
Wow. And if I wanted to tweet right there, I could just type it into that widget right there. This is 2010, by the way. The phones were changing so fast. Oh, God. Oh, God. That is the Android market. Great. What else we got? Okay, yeah, there's your pull down. I got my 4G. Oh yeah, you couldn't. There was no multitask panel, so you would go in here when your phone was starting to get slow, and you'd be like, "Kill these applications. They're taking too much of my time and my processor."
They still got you with an ad too.
They sure did. They took care. Kill selected ads. Kill them. I don't remember my phone being that bad though, but I remember it was like a necessity. Is that it? Did I get it? Yeah, there you go. Gamer type FM. That's what you do. Oh yeah, swipe. That's right. We had swipe before. I think this.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is
Google started putting it in.
Yeah, before it just became this universal thing.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, those are mine. Let's bring up that. Do I have the Touch Pro? Sprint Touch Pro. There was this guy. He came into Best Buy. He worked with HP, and I want to say this was like 2009 or something like that. And he handed me his Touch Pro so we could take photos. And the thing ran like shit. Like just absolute trash. And it's like dodged a bullet. Yeah, here we go. Oh, shit. Look at that. That is so thick. It's glossy as hell, too. Oh, look at that. Look at that keyboard. Oh, and it's got a little, like, round navigation thing. And that screen's really small. Like, it's got a... Oh, God. I remember the 3D animations and stuff.
I don't remember it being that slow.
This has to be the... Are you talking about this one or dudes? Oh, God.
Just this one that's on here, like, swiping through this thing.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, shit. I remember that cool-ass browser button. Looked like you were, like, hacking.
Whoa, what are you doing? Stop doing that. Yeah. We're gonna get rid of that. I've set this up awkwardly. Carval Institute, all gamers. Let's see. Sprint Touch Pro demo. I gotta see the Diamond, the Touch Diamond, because that had that really cool.
Yeah, that cool back.
There. Full review. This is a full review from Slashdot. Oh, look at that impact font. Whoa, hey, that's not a phone. Ah.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Skip. There, yeah. Look at that. Like that subtle texture on there. It had the cool cutout for the camera. Man, the back and no LED flash. No LED at all. There's nothing.
Because we were always in perfect lighting. Always.
Yeah. That's real. And it's so glad, like, that thing's just going to slide right out of your hand. But that's also, like, the last time they were doing anything interesting with phones like that.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, like, if you made a phone today, what would you even put in there? And I was like, just do a full faceted back. Look how. Oh, I remember that. The like chamfered edges there. Just like diagonal straight back is freaking nuts. Let's see if we show the interface. Yeah, look how small that display is. It's like obviously this 6.1 with touch flow, 3D UI.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Get rid of the freaking ad. Get out of here. Just have his Sprint music. God. That looks janky as shit. What? Hang on. It's like a web. It looks like a web browser that they just integrated into the app.
Yeah, it said it was launching Opera.
Oh God. That's bad. More from artist.
Purchase denied.
Oh, look! What? Is that? It looks like Windows Media.
Yeah, that's Windows Media player just embedded.
Oh my God!
To the browser. Yeah.
Oh my God! You want to sample this Metallica song? Heck yeah! I don't know what this other phone is. I haven't been paying attention. That's what I do. I just don't pay attention. Oh, there it goes. Snap, snap. Oh, and then there's your stylus for all your fine. This just looks like such an awkward device. Not like old school and new school. And then I guess with the Touch Diamond 2 or 3, they stopped doing the backing like that. I don't know. Look how awful that is.
This thing just brings back good memories of awesome phones.
Yeah, look at this YouTube browser. This is so meta.
Hey, let's go to this unknown website, youtube.com.
They're an upstart. Google's showing some interest in them, but you can put your internet on there. YouTube Live. God. Remember endless buffering?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Cool. Yeah, do you want high quality? Okay, cool. So yeah, phones. And then hang on, there's got to be an ad. What was the Sprint or wasn't this the iPhone 3G ad? That is an ad for an ad. Love it. I'm making someone some money.
You want an ad for an iPhone 12 case?
Yeah.
Your iPhone 3G?
It's finally here. The first phone to beat the iPhone. It surfs the web and downloads data twice as fast, but for half the price.
What? I don't think that's how it works.
The new iPhone 3G.
That was okay. That didn't seem like an iPhone ad, but okay.
Hey, it was very secretive. It popped up. You saw a phone.
That's how it worked in the past. The future of the past. Hang on. Where are we at? We got to go to. Where's the
little app?
Gamer Type FM. You had.
Oh God.
Yeah. Where are you at? Here we go. Yeah.
Reception. What up, everybody? It's Kelly Karneski with Gamer Type FM. I just want to give you guys a first look on the iPhone 4 error issues, whatever.
Oh, God.
Take a look. The issues that I have are The Retina display has that little yellow spot on it. Also, the antenna, like everybody else is reporting, drops whenever you hold the thing. So take a look and see in the HD glory.
I hate seeing these old videos.
It's great. Like and subscribe, bro.
Is
Smash it.
down here is the yellow spot. You can kind of see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I believe you, Kelly.
Right there. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. So it looks like I'm going to be getting a replacement. The other thing,
nobody knows what the hell's going on off this video, but this was the iPhone 4 that
you had just got. This is launch. This is iPhone 4 launch. You were like first person. Didn't you get yours mailed, or did you pick it up?
I can't remember.
Okay. But there was like, this was like the biggest iPhone launch ever. Totally new design. It leaked out to Gizmodo, and there was like tons and tons of hype. And you had one of the first ones, out there. And we got 25,772 views out of that.
Of the antenna gate.
Yeah, because you were forwarded on here. Yeah,
and it's like the glue on the phone or something like that on the screen was like not dry yet or something.
Yeah. So the yellow spot you were talking about was just the adhesive that bound, because this was, I don't know if this was like one of the first ones that did in-cell digitizers with the screens yet, which made them a lot thinner, but the adhesive had not finished drying, so there was like yellow spots. They were coming to you so fresh from the factory at Foxconn. Right. So you were like, I'm gonna get a freaking replacement. And this is the Retina display, so it's super high resolution screen.
I will get all the way down there, so that kind of sucks. And then if I set the phone back down and just watch how fast it comes back.
Look at that. That is lowercase AT&T.
That is lowercase AT&T.
Yeah, look at that. Full signal. And I can do it again just so you can see that it's not like I got spotty reception.
Spotty reception in your hand, bro. You gotta hold
it right.
There it goes.
You guys are watching. This was real. This was real. Like you may read about Antenna Gate in books and stuff, like your social studies class. But I tell you what, Antenna Gate was real, and Kelly lived it. Kelly lived it.
It was so rough time in my life.
God, that was. Did you ever replace the phone, or were you just like, I'm gonna live with it?
I think I just lived with it because I don't think anybody like cared. Everybody just was like,
just don't hold the phone wrong.
Yeah, they just said you just hold it differently. And that was it. That was their answer. And it's like, all right, you know best.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you do.
And I still continue to buy their phones
until you didn't.
Yeah,
I can't remember the whole thing, but like,
yeah. I can't remember if I jumped ship after this one and went to Android again.
I think you did.
Or what?
Because the HTC it was the Butterfly, but it was called something else here. And
it was on Verizon.
Yes, but I can't remember what it was called.
It was like red and hexagony on the wallpaper.
It was the Droid something.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it had like a bigger display. It was like 4G. It was like a 5 or 6 inch display. It was really, really big. And that was the point where we were actually getting like review tablets, like 7-inch review back when tablets were gonna still be a thing. But yeah, freaking phones.
Hey, I just bought a tablet.
What'd you get?
I got an iPad Air.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Those iPad
T-Mobile
Pros look cool.
Oh, I know, but like I didn't want to spend so much money on that, and I've got it for pencil support so I can take notes and do things like that because I'm in a lot more meetings and stuff, and it's a little bit easier to take notes. And I also like at night, like I don't have a TV in my room, and so I always like watch a YouTube video or two before I go to bed. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a bigger screen. I'm gonna treat myself.
Yeah.
To a bigger screen. And then, like I said, T-Mobile had $200 off on the 64 gig iPad Air. Might still be having that deal, so it drops it down to like $529 is what it was. So I was like, I'll do it.
I'll pay monthly for this for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not a contract, bro. You're just paying for this incrementally until you pay it off.
Right.
That's always how they get you anyway. That's how it worked back in the day anyway. You would sign a contract and you would just pay the price of the phone over 3 years, essentially.
Yep.
So, yeah, whatever. But it's cool. That's cool. I would get another iPad if I had. I would have to invent the need for a tablet, because I'll sit there with my phone and just. I don't know if I haven't watched a movie on my phone in a while, but I'll read my Kindle on there.
Yeah.
And reading Kindle on my phone has allowed me to avoid buying an actual Kindle, and I'm sure Amazon does not care about that in the slightest, because I've been using Kindle for over a decade now, and they're making their money, so no bigs.
Yeah, like the biggest thing that like I found for like my justification for the iPad was like going into somebody's like network or something like that, and then auditing their stuff. So it's like, here's their servers, here's their switches, and then taking pictures and then drawing and marking up. So it's like, here's what we got to do, you know. So
that's cool.
That makes it real easy.
Do you have the pencil?
I do. Yeah.
It's like $100,000 for that thing.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy.
It's like made out of diamond, and it's like
I mean,
Joni Ives' last project.
So. Yeah, I hope it's diamond. I hope there's like some return on investment sometime.
Diamond 5G iPad
yeah, I
pencil.
hope the $130 pencil doesn't turn into a fucking $5 pencil in like 2 years. You know.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Your iPad pencil is gonna be worth $5,000 in a year or something. Oh God. What a terrible hell world we live in. But
I know.
At the same time, that is pretty cool. The new iPads look amazing. I am kind of bummed that Android never really, like, they would try and they'd give up, and then they try and they give up, and then you can buy a whole bunch of Android tablets. They're all Samsung ones,
right?
But it's like I don't know, because Honeycomb.
They're all Samsung or just like knockoff, like $100 no name Chinese brand that you find on Wish.
I remember. I was working at Walmart, and they had an RCA tablet that was like $50 or $100 or something. It was a Black Friday special, and it did not come with a USB. I don't think it even had a USB port. And
wait, how did you charge it up then?
So you had to. It had one of the round connectors, like low voltage.
Like a barrel plug?
What's that?
Like a barrel plug?
Yeah, it had a barrel plug.
Oh my God.
And they didn't sell them separately because it was for this one tablet that was super garbagey cheap. So, and everyone lost their charger for that tablet, and they'd come back and be like, "Hey, I need another charger for this thing." It's like, you have to get a hold of RCA, or you have to buy like this universal one with all the little barrel plugs on the end. I think I even had one at some point, and that's the only way you could charge it. It was garbage. It was the cheapy freaking tablet. It ran like trash, but it was cheap, and that's and it ran Android because everything ran Android. So why not? It's so dumb.
This shit's crazy.
It is, yeah, but that's because Android never figured out their tablet thing, and Apple did. Apple figured out their tablet thing. They figured out the iPad, and I remember when the iPad came out, it was like, this isn't gonna replace netbooks. This is but it's just a big iPhone. What do you need one of those for? But they kind of made the case for it.
I don't think I'd ever replace like my laptop with it, but like I don't know, like it's just so good. I remember whenever I was like I had my computer and like as I had to like send it in, and I was trying to use my iPad for development in Phoenix. I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
I like set up like a cloud development server and everything like that, and I was like, I can totally do this, and that shit sucked.
Well, did the keyboard help?
I mean, it did a little bit, but it's just the fact that there's like I want to be able to drill into my file system.
It didn't even have it didn't really have the multi. The fuck am I trying to say? Multitasking. It didn't really have that until after we left. I don't think, or at least it wasn't implemented until after that, because iOS 8 or iOS 7 came out while we were down there, and that's when they changed the entire look. That's one thing that brought me back on these videos, was all the 3D skeuomorphic icons and everything everywhere. It's like, this is a digital rendered environment entirely inside your entertainment mobile device. And now everything's flat, and who cares? It's just how it is. But it had to look flashy back then.
And I still have that iPad Air, the one that I bought in Phoenix too.
Yeah.
It's worth, like $30 now.
Yeah, it'd be worth a whole lot more if you never upgraded the firmware.
Right?
Yeah, that's what people want. The people the people who on r/Xbox 360 are like, I found this Jasper Xbox 360. It still has Blades interface. Don't ever upgrade. Don't upgrade to NXC. Don't upgrade to anything.
Right, keep that shit off the internet.
Yeah, keep the Blades. And then you'll have the people that are like, rest in peace, my because Jasper and then something else, and there was like a couple different chipsets in there where they're like, don't upgrade it, because after a point they just bundled NXE on, because that was 2008, so just 3 years in, so there's like a little window in there. And I remember I watched a video they were talking about in Discord. I think Kaz brought it up, but the only way you could hack and get over the hypervisor on the Xbox 360 was to have one of those original Xboxes with the Blades interface. And then eventually they figured out a way around that too.
Yeah, because I remember on the original Xbox, like on that whole modding scene, and it was always like you'd pop open the disk drive, and so you knew like which mod chip you had to buy based on the disk drive that was inside there. You just look at the cutout, and you're like, yes, I got the good one. I don't need to, it's the solderless chip that I can use. I don't need to buy the solder a chip.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's it, because I remember the Thompson. It was Thompson, Philips, and there was one more. Maybe it was Samsung.
Yeah.
But the Thompson ones failed constantly. Those were the bad Xboxes, and I had a Thompson launch console, and I had to replace that, and that sucked. Because here I am, I have this hard drive that's full of saves, and I got these dinky little 8 meg memory cards, which I do actually still have. I still have a Controller S with a memory card in it still. But and the KOTOR saves were like 24 or 30 meg each. So it's like, well, guess I'm not playing that ever again. And this is long before cloud saves or anything like that, of course. But upgrading the hard drive on the 360 was easier, because I remember I bought that 250 gig hard drive when I still had the 20 in there, and that was nice. But I obviously I knew you. I knew I had friends that had. I had customers that would come in and be like, yeah, I just got this Xbox, and like it's like got a hard drive loaded with games, so like I'm good. I'll just pirate it, whatever. It's like, you're not helping me out or developers, you jackass. He's like, oh no, man, it's all good. It's like, no, it's not.
Hey, this is before I knew.
Before you were ethical hacker, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting yellow screened iPhones.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, is there anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
No, I mean, like all this talk about the phones just kind of just makes me upset of seeing the Pixel 6.
What upsets you about the Pixel 6? Because I'm
the damn band on the back.
Oh,
what the hell is that? I hate that shit. And then why they're like copying Samsung with the rounded edges now? Like, come on.
Everyone's copying iPhone with the rounded edges, man.
I don't have any. I don't have rounded. Well, I'm like the screen on the side. I don't have that on my 12 Pro.
Well, you should tell Apple to freaking get on top of that. Oh, actually, isn't it like the display? They're not software. Because I know that Pixel they do the rounded corners with like in software.
Oh no, I'm not talking about like on the corners of the phone. I'm talking about like the screen on the right and left hand side of the screen. The actual glass is curved.
Oh, curved away, yeah. But the Pixel 6, the standard one is just flat. It's the Pro that's got.
I think why? That's so dumb. Like, just don't have that in the first place. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I'll call Mr. Pixel and
please. I mean, they drove me into the arms of another company.
Oh,
they did.
I remember, Samsung with the Note. Well, oh God, why did that happen? That was dumb. Stop it. Whatever. There was the Note Edge that had this massive, when they were like experimenting with OLED panels curving over the edge, and it was like, why would you do that? But it's like, oh, well, you can have like like an alarm clock or whatever on the side of your phone, so when it's on your nightstand, you can just have like the little readout on there, and like that's totally worth $1,000 or whatever, right? And then when the regular Note came out the next year, they had it on like both sides. It wasn't quite as exaggerated, I don't think, or maybe it was. Maybe it was awful. And it's like, it was a cool idea, but no.
Yeah, I just don't know. It just feels that like early on with the OG Pixel, it felt like Google was on top of everything, and then they just kind of started dropping off, and then now all of a sudden it's like, what is this like? Like I'm happy that they got their own chip and everything like that. It's like, that's cool.
They're upgrading the camera hardware for the first time in generations and stuff. So apparently that's not going to be trash, because it's I think literally the same camera hardware since the Pixel 2. So 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, which is wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the 12, the iPhone Pro 12, I just love the design. Like, it took me back to the iPhone 4, and I just like that square shape, essentially. Like, that's what I wanted.
You want a you just want a square. You want a Ritter Sport. You want a square in your hands.
Exactly. Yeah. Just that chop off, very like, this is it. It's like there's no curves, nothing. It's just flat on every side.
Yeah, so if I could just take scissors here and just like right here and then like right here, and I'll just have a square. Like, remember that BlackBerry, one of the last ones they did was like the huge square display?
Yeah.
It was the Passport, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Back when they were just trying anything and everything to just be relevant. Yeah, there was definitely a time to experiment with phones, and that time is gone. Like, I was talking about it with work. Like, iPhone, iOS, or Android these days are practically identical, except for like the different kind. Like, iOS has more productivity apps, like the high end stuff. Games still kind of come out first on iOS. And obviously, I think it just overall is still a smoother experience, as good as Android's come up in the past decade. Because Android used to be freaking trash.
Yeah.
When it came to the presentation and the experiential thing that's going on there. But for the most part, like feature for feature, they are almost identical.
Yeah, they are. It's just the hardware just bothers me with Google. Like, because I want to have that vanilla Google experience, and
yeah,
I want some nice hardware.
I don't want stock.
Yeah, like I wanted freaking stereo speakers. I wanted an OLED screen that didn't have fucking crazy ass rainbow shifting and then blue tint, and then they tell you that this is within, you know, their limitations and everything like that. Like, I don't want excuses. It's like I like the iPhone Pro, like this thing, I got it. I was like, damn, this is such a beautiful phone. Like, I've got this nice thin case on it, and I take it off to clean it, and like I'm like, oh my god, this phone is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And then when I look at Google, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, because
what is that, like,
Google still uses like LG displays or something like that. I don't even know if LG still makes displays. I mean, I know they make displays, but I don't know if because they just closed their phone division not that long ago.
Yeah.
And but I remember their mobile display. I had a couple LG phones, and all the displays were garbage, which was so weird because it's LG and Samsung and no one else.
Yeah.
For displays, and I think iPhones have all had Samsung displays, and then Apple is going with some Chinese OEM for upcoming phones. It's like just a little abbreviation, something like that. But yeah, and then Pixels, those used LG displays, I think, for the most part, and those were trash too.
Or not they were. Good. They were. Like, I want to say I bought a Pixel 3, and I returned it, and I really wanted to have that phone, and I couldn't get past the color shifting and everything like that, and it's just like, no, I'm not gonna deal with this, and because I kept my original Pixel, and I think until I switched over to the
3, you had it for a while. I remember that.
Oh yeah, did I switch over to the 3? Yeah.
I don't know if you actually switched over.
No, I can't remember. I can't remember what I had.
They were there. The phones are really similar. I mean, all phones are the freaking same now. Like, who cares?
I want stereo speakers. That's really my biggest push.
What you want is a 3.2-inch display in a slider, portrait slider, and you want it with they're like little jelly bean buttons on it, and you want a mirror on the back so you can look at yourself when you're like applying your lipstick or whatever's going on, and you want it to Oreo. That's the kind of phone that you want.
Okay. All right. I mean, I if we get iPhone makes one like that, maybe I'll buy one.
Okay. Steve Jobs
was going to come out with one. I know. They come out with one. I'm like, shit. I said I'd buy one.
And it's like $3,000. It's the 15th anniversary
I'm selling
edition.
My truck.
Yeah. It's the iPhone Pre.
Oh god.
God. And it's got Freaky Lady from the commercials just like permanently looped in the background.
Right.
That's awful. All right, let's end the show. Let's get out of here. It's great here. Hey, I see a number of you have liked this video. This was kind of off the cuff. We were having some fun. So hey, go ahead and like a subscribe there. And I want to thank my Patreon supporters over here for supporting me and the channel, making this real, making reviews come out all the time when they do, making it come out quicker, faster, and stuff like that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and heck it out. Why would you heck it out? Check it out. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Join the Discord. Check out the Patreon. You can make all of these Nth Review dreams happen. I'm working on Deus Ex Human Revolution right now between all the other stuff, so it's coming along. I assure you, it's coming along, and I'm having a good time. Social media everywhere. Stream is coming up. Guys, you know what's going on. I'll see you next time. Pew, 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 pew. Let me see if I can hit the actual right button this time. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, I can.